Hi, this is Hamada, and welcome to Final 50. Now, did you know that the longest migration of mammals is right here in Baja, Sur, California? And I'm not talking about any kind of mammal. I'm talking about the largest mammals in the world. Gray whales, blue whales, orcas, sperm whales, pilot whales. They all come from the Arctic right down to the warm waters of Baja, California. So let's go explore the peninsula and find these beautiful creatures.
Like I said, we went to Baja, California primarily to see the whales. But Baja is one of the longest peninsulas in the world at over 55,000 square miles. And so there's so much to do there, from islands off the coast to incredible beaches, mountain ranges to deserts, beautiful little pueblos and towns all up and down the peninsula. So there's so much to do there, and we were able to experience that. And what we did is we flew down to Cabo in the southern part of Baja and started our journey from there, and then drove to La Paz, stopping in different little towns and national parks along the way.
All right, here in Baja Sur, California, in the Tropic of Cancer, the northernmost point where the sun shines directly overhead. And what's cool about this is that I've recently been to the Tropic of Capricorn in Namibia and the equator in Uganda. So it's nice to kind of bring it all overhead from two different continents.
So after stopping at the Tropic of Cancer, our next point was going to be Cabo Pulmo, which is a national park not too far from the Tropic of Cancer and en route to La Paz. And what's really beautiful about it, other than incredible snorkeling and diving, which is what a lot of people go out there for, is that it's so desolate. Not many people know about it, and it's just such beauty. I mean, the beaches are expansive, full of shells and just crystal clear water, and nobody's there. It really is a beautiful stopover en route to La Paz.
This is the beautiful city of La Paz, one of the bigger cities, I believe, in Baja, really far south, close to Cabo, about 2 hours and a half from Cabo. And you can see the beach is absolutely stunning. Even though there's all these tankers in the distance, you can still see the beach looks super, super clean. So right now we're gonna go further up north to kind of like the tip of this part of the peninsula. So we can check out some really, really cool beaches up there that are absolutely pristine, low, so we can kind of walk in them. You can snorkel a little bit, but not that much. And then way out in the distance is Isla Espiritu Santo, which is another beautiful island. Definitely, you gotta come back.
So what I really liked about La Paz was that it was kind of laid back and chill, kind of nestled between all this incredible natural beauty around it. And what I loved was the food, the vibes, the restaurants, just so unique. And even the cafes were so rustic that you just kind of want to chill, relax, have a coffee, and just kind of unwind and people watch for hours. Right in the middle of all this incredible natural beauty. In fact, right off the coast from La Paz is an island called Isla de Espiritu, which I wasn't able to go to, but they have incredible seals and wildlife and all kinds of things out there for people to explore for the day. But what we did do is we did go to a beach called Balandara, which is just so incredible. It's got these incredible rock formations. Like one of them looked like a mushroom that I just absolutely fell in love with. A lot of people were taking photos next to it. But just again, crystal clear waters, very calm, just absolutely beautiful. And definitely worth it, though you have to be careful about the times of tourists because it can get really crowded. But we just checked out a lot of the area up there and saw the cactus in the distance, saw these incredible mountains and stuff like that. Just in a beautiful, beautiful place to use as a base as we're kind of exploring all the area in that southern part of Baja. So when I was trying to figure out the best place to see the whales, I was trying to avoid the crowds, the tourist traps, right? The places where everybody goes. And I was doing research and kept coming across the main areas that people go to, Baja Magdalena or Laguna de San Ignacio, right? And some other ones up there in southern Baja. But through research, we found this place called Puerto Chale. And Puerto Chale is really unique because it's kind of like a fisherman's port, really tucked away there, where not a lot of people go except locals who know about it. And that was really our main focus, was to wake up super, super early and then head out to Puerto Chale to see the whales as early as possible. So we woke up really early in the morning and made our way out around 5:36, kind of seeing the sunrise over these fields of cacti for miles. I mean, absolutely incredible.
Early morning, heading to Puerto Chale.
And we finally drove and we see this little kind of street that takes you to Puerto Chale. And when we pulled in there, we see all these fishermen just relaxing, hoping that they would be able to find patrons for the day. And there were only a couple of locals. And so we went out there to start to negotiate with the fishermen, really have just two seasons, one for fishing and one really for the tourists who come in to see the whales between January and April.
These
whales migrate 10 to 14,000 miles from near Alaska, a little even further north of Alaska, all the way down to Baja and then back. And they stay here for basically end of December through to April. The whole point is to come out here, chill, mate, socialize, give birth to baby calves, and then when they're ready, start migrating north. So I'm super, super excited to do this. They got a lancha, a boat that they have, and we were able to negotiate a pretty good price, more than half what you would get if you got a tour operator.
Okay. Capitán Roddy. Pásale. Ay, caballero, acompáñalo. Muévalo ahí.
So these are mangroves out here. Really cool part of town. Not many people come out here, but this is gonna be
Pásale.
the boat, and this is gonna be our man. ¿Qué es su nombre?
Roddy.
Roddy.
Capitán
Hola,
Roddy.
Roddy.
These fishermen see this place as their home, and so they take care of it. They take care of the vegetation, the mangroves, the animals. They pick up the trash. They make sure that it's as clean as possible. And so once we boarded with Captain Roddy, we went through these mangroves, kind of coasting through it, really beautiful. And then boom, it just opened up into this expansive area where all you see in the distance are little spouts of water. And suddenly, boom, they start closing in on you. And there's probably 2 boats out there and about 100 gray whales. Massive whales, probably 50, 60 plus feet with the little baby calves. The first thing I did is I needed to get a sense of what I was seeing because it was just so incredible. So I fired up the drone, almost lost it because I lost sight of it. And it just kind of coasts up and I see these incredible images of these whales right underneath us. And it's just mesmerizing because they start coming in from the left, from the right, they breach, they fall, they go up at the same time. It was just like a show, like a dance, like something I've never in my life seen. And so we sat out there for about, I don't know, at the time we lost track of time. It was like 2-3 hours constantly just watching these whales coming close to the little boat and then disappearing, coming and going, just absolutely mesmerizing. So after about 2.5-3 hours of just seeing these whales kind of like living amongst them, we kind of felt a little gutted because we weren't able to see one like super up close. I mean, they were probably within a couple of feet, but nothing that came up to the boat. We weren't able to touch one. So we start heading out, and as we're heading out, we see one of the boats out there with a couple of tourists on it, and there's a whale just right up next to them. And so we kind of coast in, kill our engine, just kind of coast in next to it. Next thing you know, the whale just does an about face and just comes right at us. And we're sitting there and the thing just pops up right underneath us. And we just had time to put our hands and kind of slide it on its beautiful skin. You can touch the barnacles and suddenly kind of looked at you in the eye, just absolutely mesmerizing, as if it kind of surrendered itself to us. It's said that these gray whales push up their calves to the surface also just to be petted, as if they're just like a social creature. An incredible experience, a rush of adrenaline and dopamine exactly at the same time. Something I would imagine would feel like if you skydived or something, but probably even more because you're seeing these creatures right there with you, and just taking the whole thing in was one of the most incredible experiences of my life.
Okay, I'm here with Capitan Rudy. That was unreal. I mean, like, I'm still shaking from how absolutely beautiful that was. We just went out there, saw some incredible gray whales, got to touch a gray whale. I mean, what more can you ask for? What a beautiful, beautiful experience.
Look, that trip to Baja, California was more than I could have ever imagined and asked for. I mean, from the incredible landscape, the beaches, the cacti, the deserts, the incredible coves, the rock formations, as well as the city of La Paz, the food, the culture, the music, the vibes there, just such a nice ambiance. And of course, those animals, you know, seeing the birds and the seals and the fish and the turtles, and of course those incredible whales that were so majestic and so sublime in the water. Something so beautiful that I just will never ever forget, and reminded me of how small we are in such a vast ecosystem and the importance of preserving nature, not just for us but for future generations and especially for the animals around us.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this mini tour of Baja Sur, California, and appreciated the majestic beauty of those incredible whales that we saw off the coast of Puerto, Chale. If you want to know how we did this trip and any tips, tricks, and hacks that we collected on this journey, please check out the blog that complements this vlog. And if you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe by clicking here. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next journey.